guarding Kawhi, was that more of a confidence game tomorrow that mattered, of course, today?
He's out tonight, and that's all I know.
I think Paolo got off to a really good start for the rookie year. Probably hit a bit of a wall there, in the middle there, but what have you seen from him this rookie season?
You know, I like how poised he is. I think offensively he plays at his own pace. Doesn't never get sped up. And then I like, defensively, he likes to take the challenge, guard the best player. And you never really see that from a lot of young guys, wanting to guard the best player and just taking that challenge defensively. But you can tell he's a winner, making his teammates better. Down the stretch of games, you've seen him with a lot of confidence and taking over down the stretch of games. And he's done a great job of just being a very poised rookie. Like I said, that's what's got him over the top.
See, how do you feel like the offense has progressed when teams blitz Kawhi, especially Paulson's today, compared to early summer?
We've gotten better. I don't think we're where we were 2 years ago. But we've gotten better. Understanding, when teams blitz, where we want to get the ball, where we want our weak side guys going once they get the ball. So it's going to take some work. We've been putting that work in, and we've gotten a lot better, but we still got some room to improve.
2 weeks ago, when you guys were in Sacramento, there's Russell T. without Kawhi, it's really good offensive performance. What do you want to see kind of duplicated from that tonight?
I think I think the energy, 12 o'clock game, on Saturday. I just think the energy on both sides of the floor. I think setting the tone defensively first is the most important. But then, like you said, with Russ's pace and the way he pushes the basketball in transition, he gets going early.
It's a Saturday morning game like this. It's against the team with the lowest record that you have left on the schedule. And you're saying you want to set the tone defensively. Is that something that is going to need to be reinforced as the day keeps going on and gets to see guys slow to start?
Yeah, we got the right mindset. This team has been playing great. Like I said, Jamal's done a great job. I think since they've been 23 and 22 since we played them last in Orlando or something like that. And so Jamal has his team playing really good. And so they play the right way. They play hard. They make the right passes, the right plays, and he has a lot of energy on the sidelines, really getting those guys going with a young team. So he's done a great job. So this is definitely going to be a tough game for us today. And so we got to have the right mindset going into it.
You obviously had 2 playing stints in Orlando. What are your fondest memories of playing in Orlando?
Going to the finals, staying and had a chance to join the team last year. I wasn't playing, but just having a chance to go along for the ride and playing with Dwight and Richard and Tyronn Lue, JJ, and Courtney Lee and those guys. And it was fun. I think Stan taught me a lot, just as far as coaching and how he did everything. He did all the shoot arounds, he did offense, he did defense, and he was a hard worker. And so he just taught me a lot about coaching going forward. And so that was a great experience for me.
Ty, with Eric, the spacing that he provides by being able to shoot threes pretty deep behind the line. In film sessions, have you guys been able to see like the gaps that he's been able to create for others just because of that space?
Yeah, because guys have to stand next to him. If they don't, he's knocking down the shot. But then also it's a further closeout as well, so he's able to drive closeouts, get into the paint, and get into his floater and make a play as well. So his space has been great for us.
And if I can you divulge the starters for today?
And Coach, you guys have had multiple days off between the last 4 games. Now the games are coming at you guys fast, 12 games left remaining. What do you want to see from this team to continue to trend upwards and you guys not take a step backwards?
Just to continue to keep building our habits on both sides of the basketball. I would like for us offensively to keep getting to the next actions, swing and follow, not get stagnant, not just swing and just stand. And so we got to get better with that. Something we talked about and worked on yesterday. And then defensively, continue with the physicality on the defensive end and keep getting better with that.
Good. And talking about defense, Zubac, everybody else gets recognition. I think Zubac stands out the most for me. Can you talk about his rim protection? Because in that Warriors game, he changed a lot of shots at the rim, deterred a lot of guys from getting layups and stuff like that. Can you talk about the things he brings defensively?
Yeah, I think Zoo's defense is a lot better. We're better individually. I think, pick and rolls, we're into the body, we're physical, we're fighting over the screens. There's not a 5-foot gap between the guy and guarding him. And so it's down to Zoo's able to, come and clean it up late, opposed opposed to if the guy's 5 feet behind, now the guy's driving to the basket, the 5 man's rolling and put him in a tough position. So that helps Zoo out. So our physicality in the pick and rolls has been better, which has allowed Zoo to be better. And then our one-on-one defense, trying to keep guys in front, keeping the body on guys, and it allows Zoo to be better as well.
Good morning, Coach Tyson.
What's up, BT?
How much do you follow the standings now, and how much do you think have home court advantage matters these days?
I mean, of course you look at it, but I'm more focused on trying to get us right. You know, I think the most important thing is making sure we're playing good basketball going down the stretch, and I think everything else will take care of itself. But you see the standings, you hear about the standings or whatever, and you take a look at it, but we just got to focus on us, you know, right now, getting better. And I think with all these practice days, we've been able to do that. I think, you know, Russ has been a big part of that, just every day practicing hard, game speed, playing live, which I would never do this late in the season, but it's some things that we needed. And I thought Russ has done a great job of just leading that charge.
Obviously, winning cures a lot of things, but how satisfied are you with the overall communication, the offense, defense, that matter? How satisfied are you with what you've seen from those three aspects?
From those what?
From the offense and the communication and defense.
I mean, it's gotten better for sure, and I think we definitely needed the practice days that we got. And so I know we complained about early on the schedule playing 61 games before All-Star break, but you know, having these practice days, we get 3 days off and 2 days off to really hone in on what we need to get better at. And so I just I give our guys credit for being a veteran team and just coming in every day, like going live, working hard defensively and offensively to get better. And they put the work in, and so I'm pretty pleased with what I see. We still got some work to do, but I'm pretty pleased with what I've been seeing as of late.
Thanks, coach.